Alright, this is PD, Patriot Domain, and this one, it's a two-part series. America is finished, and just some outlined my ideas. Let's talk about politics. Corporations have this stranglehold over the government, and your vote doesn't count. I'm sure you know that by now. Ballots are now counted in private. Did this in Iowa, and they can decide if a person doesn't win in a certain state. Yes, they can do that. Also, did you see that video of CNN and they cut off the soldier that was talking about Israel, and he said, he started talking about not wanting to go to war with Iran? Now, that would be considered a coincidence if they had not done that before on another report. We have politicians like Newt, who says his private life is off limits. Not in those certain words, but along those lines. No, Mr. Gingrich, if you're in the spotlight, everything is fair game. You want to run for president of this country. Well, we're going to talk about your life. It's not the media playing dirty tricks. It's them doing their job. The politicians have brainwashed us into thinking we should fight each other. People don't seem to realize that. It's no longer, Republican versus Democrat. It's the people versus the government. Now let's talk about the Patriot Act. This is sign number 2 that we are failing. The Patriot Act was passed in the House by 357 to 66. It was written before 9/11 happened, and this act allows government to have unlimited control, access to records and other items under the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, and police no longer need a search warrant to enter your house. People keep saying, oh, it's a conspiracy theory. No, it's a fact. Interesting to note, Rumsfeld announced that 2.3 trillion went missing the day before 9/11 happened. Sign number 3, the war on drugs. Guess how much we wasted on the endless war on drugs in 2010? 15 billion. In Amsterdam, they can grow marijuana and you can smoke it in public, and yet their crime rate is among the lowest of other countries. Bill O'Reilly has repeatedly slammed Amsterdam for its liberal policies, and yet he has never been there. He's done this, I guess, 2 or 3 times, and people have called him out, and it's like, have you ever been there? No. Then how the hell do you know what it's like over there? By the way, no one in the history of mankind has ever overdosed on marijuana. The drugs you should worry about are alcohol, meth, and heroin. Sign number 4, mainstream media's distortion of the OWS. When Occupy movement started in late September, I recall a media blackout for a month. I think it was more than that. Then they started reporting blatant lies about the group, claiming they were drug dealers, rapists, and vandals, and left-wing lazy hippies. I put that in quotes. Those aren't my words, that's the media. No, they weren't drug users. You know those hypodermic needles down there? Well, people have diabetes. They need to take their insulin shots. Bill. Talking about you, Bill O'Reilly. What is it? They even threw out the rehashed one-liner, get a job. Oh, like that's supposed to be an insult. The media darlings dismissed fellow Americans and didn't bother to gather facts. Well, I got a fact for you. 75% of the members do have jobs. Millions do not. The media claimed the group had no goals, yet the demands were repeated at every rally. Stop corruption within the banking system and bring back jobs. Wow, yeah, that's real complicated to understand. The reason for the attack on OWS is due to the media being controlled by the ultra-conservative elite. It's owned by one man, Rupert Murdoch. Okay? The media wants you to think, oh yeah, that they have your best interest at stake. You know, they just want to report the truth. They report everything but the truth, especially about OWS. I have been down to a few rallies in Albany. The people were friendly, they were organized, and whatever you heard about them, the movement on the news, it's not true. Okay? I have first-hand experience. Sign number 5, the NDAA. I'm sure you've heard about this, and it should scare you. It authorizes $662 billion in funding, among other things, for the defense of the United States and its interests abroad. The act also imposes new economic sanctions against who? Iran. Section 1045. Commissions reviews of the military capabilities of countries such as Iran. Now, the most controversial provisions to receive wide attention are subsections 1021 and 1022, which deal with detention of people that the government suspects of involvement in terrorism. What does that mean? Basically, they're saying if you have a week's worth of food, you're a terrorist! Oh my God! And if you have a missing finger or a missing arm or leg, for some reason that means you're a terrorist. The bill has been called a violation of constitutional principles and of the Bill of Rights. Yeah, no shit. Who supported this bill? Mainly 2 people, Carl Levin and John McCain. And it passed 73-9. So both sides are playing us. They're working together to bring us to our knees. Okay, part 2 of this is coming up. Stay tuned.